Hello, this is Will from journeytowallstreet.blogspot.com. Just wanted to check in with the review for March 20th, 2012. So overall, I had an okay day. It started out pretty bad, but I had one really good trade and one really lucky trade that pretty much salvaged my day. So real quick, let's go through them. Here's my P&L for the trade, but here we go. Adobe. Pretty simple play, just didn't work. I noticed a buyer at 33.25, kept buying for the good 45 minutes. I tried to get in front, got stopped out, gave it another try, got stopped out. Didn't work. CVX, Chevron, I saw a 15-minute inside bar, inside a 15-minute inside bar. Took the long trigger, worked initially, but ultimately failed and stopped out. CF, pretty much same story. Inside bar, long trigger, worked, failed, stopped out. AIG, I did this trade right before leaving the house to go to work. I was first alerted because there was a 15-minute inside bar here. But when I started charting, I noticed that there was quite a bit of buying going on at the 18. So I got long in front, but as you can see, I was stopped out. But as I said, I was on the way out the door, so I missed out. I didn't get back in, and I'm pretty sure I would have caught something had I been back in. AXP, as you can see, kind of strong coming off the lows of the day, pulled back, made new highs, pulled back again. That's when I got involved. I paid 12 cents with a stop below this area here, and it did not work, got stopped out. So here's my super lucky trade. Let's ignore what happened here and let's focus on earlier in the day. So I got alerted to the stock because of all these inside bars here, which showed me that there was a ton of buying here going on at the 15. So I got long in front, 1501. As soon as that inside bar kind of ticked higher, I just added another 300 shares. I was long at 600 here, added another 300 just because that's part of the inside bar trade. So I wanted to make trades, right? So once I got to 05, I just sold my ad because just to sell. When it made the new highs, I decided to just sell a little bit more. And the moment that I decided to sell, right at that moment, news came, and then boom, shot up another 50 cents, retraced back and kind of traded along these areas. So at this point, I didn't care. I was happy with whatever I got because right here I was expecting pennies. All of a sudden, I got at least 30-40 cents, so I'm good to go. So I held it as long as I can and sold it at 40 at the end of the day. That's my lucky play. My best play today was in pot. So strong stock, pulled back. I was able to get involved here with about 200 shares around here, with somewhat of a 20-cent risk. So I was risking about $40. Started to work right away, but started to pull back, and I started thinking, I've seen this play before. That this was part of my playbook. So I took a look, and here it is. It's called the pullback plus. Well, it used to be called mini downtrend break of a strong stock, but that's kind of wordy. And what do you know? Well, one example was in CSC, where strong opening drive, kind of pulls back, finds some support, and then just starts trading higher, right? Another example was in pot. Same type of story. Strong opening move, pulls back, finds some support, goes up, pulls back again, but has higher support. So as you can see, this is what happened. And I was able to capitalize off it. I bought in this area, sold into the move, bought the next pullback, and sold into highs, and then stopped out the rest of the trade. So now that I know I've seen this before, and I know what's going to happen, so at this point I decided to establish a max risk position. I took the 200 shares I had in mind, and I added 800 more and moved my stop to about 56, below 56. So now my risk was about $80, which is, I think, great for this type of play. As you can see, it worked. I knew there was going to be trouble in this consolidation area, so I was just looking for a way to let in. And as soon as it hit the 90 cents here, kind of retraced back, I decided to offer 90, so I got rid of some here. The pot just continued to follow this trend line kind of closely. I was thinking about buying in on the pullbacks, but I don't know. The move didn't really seem like it was really pushing away from this trend line, just kind of trading along it. So I thought any late ads would increase my risk greatly. I just didn't want to do that. So eventually, the trend line broke. I could have got out sooner, but I just wanted to give it just a little bit more room since it kind of spiked in below a couple of times already. And eventually I was just stopped out about here. So I started to look for other types of this pullback plus trade. Since I was able to find this here, I thought, what are the chances that this happened elsewhere? So I did my scans, and I actually found a few that would have worked out really nicely. AFFY, strong move, pulled back. Here's your entry about here with your stop about entry about right here, about 10-15 cents stop. Trades higher, retraces, pulls back. Another one here. NetApp, similar story. Strong move, pulls back. Another move, pulls back. Another move, pulls back, and trades up. Trades up the rest of the way. I mean, not as great, but still ticking higher. Gale. I would never trade this stock normally, but I just wanted to find stocks that have this similar pattern. But same thing, up, pulls back, up, pulls back, ups, trades through the rest of the day, and finally cores, somewhat of an up move, pulls back, finds somewhat of a two-day level, trades higher, pulls back yet again, and boom, shoots up 2 points, no, almost 3 points to make new highs. So this play looks good, and I didn't really think about this before, but it makes sense to just try to search through these stocks and try to find plays like this, because that's exactly what I did when I tried to find a stock like this to show you guys. I just scanned through all the stocks in my head, or all the stocks that I knew were strong, and just kind of looked through it. And when I saw something that had a strong opening drive and pulls back, and another move and a pullback, then I was interested, and I checked to see if they made higher lows on the way up, and I found the play. So if I could take that same approach tomorrow and only try to find stocks that have super strong in the morning, strong opening drive, and pulls back, then I could just wait. I could wait for this first pullback. Get in the tier 1 position here, let it trade up, and wait for the next pullback, and not be worried about getting stopped out, because that's my tier 1 position. Then once this happens, then I can establish a bigger tier position, tier 2, tier 3, or max risk. So hopefully, if I take that approach and really master this type of play, this type of trade that's already in my playbook, following these criterias that I've written, I don't know how long ago, it has to be months ago. If I can do that, then I would be in good shape. So for sure, I'm going to add pot into this, and hopefully tomorrow I have another good day. Thanks for listening.